MSNB-Hee-Ha, left-wing organization MSNB-Hee-Ha thinks that Christian nationalism is under siege here in America. And, they obviously think that, they like to label, a Christian individual like myself to be like dangerous, in the nation. Now, we already know. And now I'm just going to say this right here. I don't believe all of these demons that are in the liberal, leftist, Marxist, satanic media. Because everything, and I mean everything, they have discussed, they have perpetrated and portrayed is a flat out lie. And those who follow it, literally got no absolute sense to think, and they want to have the gumption and the unmitigated gall to tell me how I should think according to them, when in reality they can't really think for themselves or do for themselves. And I think this was probably on, I don't know what show it was on. I mean, that this had aired on MSNB-Hee-Ha. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I don't even watch that hellhole of a channel to begin with. And to be honest, it's very funny they want to point that out, but you got a hypocritical dingbat of an activist by the name of Sharpton, and who claims that he's born again Christian, which that fool ain't, and on top labels himself as a quote unquote reverend. Just doing nothing but spewing hatred every single minute. Blame this, that, and the other on Whitey and all that kind of stuff. Trying to put racism in the equation of everything. I'm gonna tell you this: MSNB-Hee-Ha is just apparently, and just like the rest of the DriveBy Media, are literally just agents of Beelzebub. And the real reason being is because guess who runs them? I mean, the entire left-wing media industrial complex is run by none other than godless individuals. And if you were to work for them, obviously you're going to have to sell out, go gay or go broke, or even go woke. Because now, these fools in the media are so woke, they can't even, their minds are depraved and reprobable beyond all recognition. And I know there's going to be some quote-unquote Christians, especially in some of these woke churches out there right now. They're going to be they're going to be following what the hacks in the media, in the drive-by media, of what they say, when they can't even when some of these very same churches happen to throw the concept of God and the Bible out of the equation. Some of these churches obviously don't even like to preach from the Bible anymore. When they're following secular culture, and they follow everything what the secularists like to tell them. But I digress. I just don't think that the drive-by media should tell me how I should think according to them. They are completely debased, and they are full of lies. Full of lies that's come from the very pits of hell. Christians, if you watch MSNB-Hee-Ha or any of these left-wing channels, I got news for you. Turn it off. Turn it off, because you're being spewed with a bunch of nonsense. You're being spewed with a bunch of ignorance. You're being spewed with a bunch of stupidity. And you're also being spewed with a bunch of hate-filled rhetorics. And if that is what you're aiming for, it's time to get right with God and repent. And I would particularly think MSNB-Hee-Ha is doing this crap because Pastor Greg Locke once said in a sermon a couple of weeks ago that you cannot be a Christian and a Democrat. And when there was a sermon, in that same sermon, Pastor Locke was saying, I don't want no, Democrats around me. Get out of here, you demon. Well, what Pastor Locke was saying is the fact that the Democrat Party is literally on a satanic agenda where they think killing babies in and out of the womb, making same-sex marriages legal, and having sick men going into the bathroom with little girls. Sick men pretending to be women going into the bathroom with little girls. But I'm just going to set the record straight. I'm just going to lay it all out and give you the no-holds-barred truth right here. Media outlets like CNN and MSNBC are fake news. If you want to go to the real news source, go to the Bible. Now, if you're an atheist and say things like that the Bible is nothing more than just a book filled with fairy tales and all this other stuff, believe in whatever you want, but don't force that your beliefs upon me. I'm Chuck Johnson, a.k.a. Kid Thunder. Holla at your boy.